Now this is the OpenSTA documentation. Here we can see that it consists of sample scripts which you can use for your timing analysis. Apart from that, you will get information about the commands and the different you can check this. I won't be going into the detail of all this, just wanted to show you once. So I moved to the last. So here you can see that these are the report whatever checks you want to do. There are a number of checks. Okay, now this is the report checks command which I had used in my analysis, which gives the setup and hold slack. And here in report checks we can use a number of switches depending upon our requirement, and here are the explanation of the switches, and based on your requirement you can use any one of them. Okay, I mean more than one you can use. Okay, now these are different checks, you can have a look at this. Okay, so next let's move to the program. Okay, so now what happens, I got my timing libraries in the lib_ directory. Now I want to loop within these timing libraries, among these timing libraries, and do my analysis, further analysis, because as you had seen in the earlier timing analysis, for a single library there are certain commands which has to be carried out for the static timing analysis. The same thing I'll be doing, but however out here I'll be using different timing libraries. And now at present I'll be doing the analysis for only a single Verilog file, and as we move ahead the script will keep on changing slightly. We will do it for the multiple variable Verilog files which are available with me now. Okay, so next, like what in order to loop within this timing libraries, I'll be using the for each loop, and this is the syntax for the for each in case of ticker. Okay, for each, then I have to assign a variable. Okay, let the in this case let me assign it as libs, and what is the input to this lib? It is the libs_ directory, because I want to loop within these timing libraries. Okay, next, and this is the syntax, and you have to write your commands within the curly braces. Okay, and you should be careful about the indentation in ticker programming or in any programming. Okay, so next I'll be displaying how does the libs variable looks now. Okay, now next, before moving into the different commands, OpenSTA commands, which are the read liberty, read Verilog, etc. Let's first take care of the naming convention. Okay, I had already mentioned in my first video that I wanted a naming convention to have the PVT corner, the stages of the analysis, whether it is post CTS, post synthesis, post layout, and then the report type, whether it is min-max report, your TNS report, or WNS or FEP report, that we will be doing. Okay, so for now, initially I had done the analysis. I had used the timing library's name itself to get what I wanted. Okay, it is a very, as this is a beginner level tickle programming, you will see that is very it's a very simple way which I had used, but later on I'll be changing the way which I generate my naming conventions for the report. However, you can think of some better ideas and do it that way. So let's move on with the naming convention. Okay, so now what will I do? I will use the set command again. I want my I want another variable where I will do the manipulation of the name of the timing libs to obtain the required timing libraries. Okay, now in this case I will be using the very, I can say a very important ticker command, which is very useful, a very not important, useful ticker command, the file command, which has multiple number of commands within it, which helps you to manipulate the name and the names and its attributes. So you can I'll be using only 2 or 3 of them. Okay, now you can check and okay, let's just check what happened to this. You can check and the list of the file commands, and you can use any which you want. Okay, by the time it opens, so does it open? Yeah, so let's see, it's a file. integral. Okay, okay, here it is. Now this is the page. Here they have given the detail about the like you can search other commands to here. Look, it manipulates the file name and attributes, and you can see there are number of file command, file readable, file reading, file split, file size, file tail, file type, so on and so forth. Okay, now I will not be discussing about all these. Obviously you can check all these. I'll be discussing only for the few which I had used in my programming. Okay, so let's do that. Now next, what will I do? As I said, I'll be using the naming, the names, the timing names itself. Okay, so for that I have to be able to obtain the timing lips excluding the path. Okay, excluding this path, I want only the name of the timing lips, including the extension to be assigned to the file name variable. So let's do that. And here you'll see I'll be using multiple commands in the single line. Okay, okay, let's do that first. Let's do so the command which I'll use, it is the file tail command. The file tail command, it's the name itself, you can say it's the tail, means it will give the end. I'll just say that it will give the end of your input, or the naming convention, or the name whatever you have provided. Means in this entire part you'll be getting only this part as in the variable file name. Okay, so we'll see that how does it look. So let's see that. So therefore for that, in order to obtain this, okay, now I had assigned lips underscore directory to lips, so I will be taking dot dollar lips as my input. Okay, so file tail, from where will I get the file tail? I want the file tail of lips variable. Okay, so let's display this and let's see how does it look. Okay, dollar lips. If you want to, you'll see in both cases this is oh no, this is not dollar lips. I want dollar file name. Okay, the same thing, this will come with the entire part, and this will come only with this will display only the names of the timing library. So let's do that. So let's save this, WQ exclamation mark. Let's run this again in another terminal. So that's STA program article. So here you can see, like I have, as we are looping, so that's why it's running one command after the other. So first command was what? Oh, sorry, the program. First thing was we are printing the dollar lips file. Okay, so here the dollar lips is with the entire timing part, and next what we are displaying, it is the only the file tail, that is the ending of the given variable. Okay, so here the ending part is what? The timing library. So it moves from library, as we are doing looping, so it moves from one library to next and next and so on. Okay, so now I will not be displaying this. So now I got sorry, so now I don't need to display this. I got my file name. Okay, let's see, let's save this again just to show you I had done. Okay, now I got this. Now I got only the names of the timing library. So next what I want to separate the timing names and the extensions. This way was not very good, but this is how I had initially obtained my naming convention. So I'm just showing you that. So what I want, separate time and the dot lib extension in separate variable. So how will we do that? Let's move ahead. So in this case, as I'll be using the same input, so I'll be writing the program, since I'll be extracting the file name and the extension in separate variables. So here first let me extract only the name. Okay, for that, as I said, we can write multiple commands separated by the within the square bracket. Okay, now in this case I'll be using the file root name command, which will give only the name of the files which we are providing. And what is the file we are providing? We are providing the file, this is the input for my file root name. Okay, and similarly I1, now for the extension I cannot use in the same program, of course, like it makes sense, right? Because how can you get the root name in the same variable and extension in this same variable? Okay, that won't work. So let's do that. So let's make it as another variable extension, and next I want the file extension. This is the command. As I had used, I think, only these 3 commands for the naming convention. In fact, I had used only the file root name and file tail from the file commands, and I had used other commands too. We'll be discussing about that. Okay, now file extension, from where will I want? I want obviously from the file tail. Okay, then for this I want it from the full name of the, what they call it, of the timing libraries. Okay, so let me display this also. I'll be deleting the display part later, so let that be as puts. $ext. So now let's see. I hope you are finding it easy to understand. Or okay, whatever. So let's see, let's run this. So here you can see that I have now what I had done. Initially we got the entire name of our timing library in the single variable. Next, now what I have done, I have segregated the timing names and the extension into separate variable. Okay, so now I'll be doing some manipulation with initially with the names, and then I'll move ahead to the .lib file. So now first case, what I said, I want the PVT corner. PVT corner is nothing but this part. Okay, SSN40C 1V0 1V76. For this I want only this parts of the timing library, so I have to somehow, and I don't want any underscore, so we'll be discussing about this as we move ahead. So what will I do? I have to somehow separate this part with this part. Okay, for that what I'll be doing, I'll be using the split command of what they call it, of tickle. So I'll be using in the I'll be doing the it in the single line. So I'll be using split. So where do I want to split? Now if you see the name here, I feel like HD will be the best splitting characters which I can use. However, when you'll execute it, you'll be seeing that the split command, what it does, it uses what I had noticed, that it splits based on the character, whatever character you are giving, that is H and D. I mean, it won't check whether HD is present or not, it will also split at D. Okay, that is what I had observed. Okay, now let's just see that whether now I have split it. This I have given this and this file root name. Let's see. Okay, now this is the input for my split command. So let's see what will be the output. No, I have missed a close bracket. So where did I miss that? Yeah, obviously now is that we are using 3 commands and I'm using only 2 brackets. So okay, so now this is the, so let's see. Why it didn't split? Oh, I had forgot to mention where I want to split. I had kept it blank space. So split at HD. Let's see whether. So what is the look? As I said, it has splitted at SD, and apart from that, it had also splitted at D. Okay. So now we can see that a file name has been splitted, and we are getting the splitted file name in the form of a list. Okay, where the first element of the list is the index 0, that is, this is the 0th element of the list, this is the first element, this is the second, and this is the third element. Now from this given list I can easily extract the third element of the list by using the lindex command, and this is what I wanted from the entire file name at present. So for that, let's just see how the lindex command works. Okay, now for that I simply need to provide the lindex command, lindex, and then this is the list, this is the input of the lindex, and from there which element I want the third element. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, let's run this again. So here I got the third element of the list. However, as per my requirement, I don't want any underscores or any spaces between the PVT corner, and I can get rid of this underscores by using another TCL command which is known as string map command. So let me do that first. Like in string mapping, whatever pattern you want to map, you provide that pattern from the pattern you want to exchange it with. So let me do that, string map. So this is how you provide the syntax of the string map command. So first let me change the underscore, I don't want any space, so let me change it into blank space. Okay, now this is done. Okay, and one string map command, it maps a single pattern only, and as you can see there was an underscore also in the PVT corner here, this underscore, I have string mapped this. Now I need to string map this. Okay, so let's do that also first. String map. So now I'll map underscore, sorry, double quotes, underscore, and this I'll map with blank space. So we are done. String map, and then let's see what is the output now. Let's rerun this. So these are the PVT corners which I wanted in my file name. Now apart from the PVT corner, the remaining part of the section of the remaining part of the naming convention, I'll be using the .lib string to obtain those. And then however, this is as I had started to work with the naming convention. However, as you see, as we move ahead in the program, I'll be changing the approach at which I'll be extracting the remaining parts of the naming convention. Okay, now the PVT corners will remain same except for the rest of the part, which was the post synthesis or post CTS, and then whether it is whatever report it is, min max or WNS or TNS. Okay,